Hola amigos. So today we're going to talk about the present perfect. Now, the concept of perfect. Think about perfect. Perfect means completed, right? When something's perfect, you don't want to change it. It's already done. The present perfect is a verb tense. And the cool thing about this verb tense is the usage of it is generally the same as what we use in English. So as the name implies, present perfect is a present tense conjugation involving a past participle. You guys previously learned your past participles in another lesson with verbs like hablar, hablado, comer, comido, and vivir, vivido. So you learned the ado and ido form of the past participle. You also learned the irregular past participles like romper, roto, break, broken. Now, in this lesson, you're going to learn how to say what somebody has done. Now, there's the has part. That's the verb to have, but not like the verb tener. Tener is to have, as in to possess. Like yo tengo tres hermanos. I have three brothers and sisters. Okay. Or no tengo dinero. I don't have money. That's tener. That's possessing. The verb haber, which is an auxiliary verb, meaning it needs another verb with it. The verb haber is the other verb that means to have, but it's not the kind of have that tener is. It's the have that needs another verb with it. Okay, so like I have studied in Spain. The I have is the present tense of the verb have, and then studied is your past participle. So the verb haber is conjugated in the following way. Yo he, I have. Tú has, you have. Usted, él, ella, ha. You, he or she has. Nosotros, nosotras, hemos, we have. Vosotros, vosotras habéis, you all have in Spain. Y ustedes, ellos, ellas, han, you all have and they have. Notice that we do not pronounce the H. Never pronounce the H in Spanish. It's just there for decoration. So, has, ha, hemos, habéis, han. Then it's followed by the second verb, which is your past participle. This is what you call your helping verb. Auxiliary is the verb that you need help with, right? Your helping verb is the verb that gives it meaning. Now, the past participle of to visit, visitar, is visitado. Now, remember, with these past participles, they do not have masculine or feminine like you learned before, because they are not adjectives, they are verbs. And verbs do not have masculine or feminine. It's either ado or ido, that's it. Right? So, Juan ha visitado a sus abuelos muchas veces. Juan has visited his grandparents many times. ¿Has oído la nueva canción de Lady Gaga? Have you heard the new Lady Gaga song? Hemos leído todos los libros de la biblioteca. We have read all the books in the library. So as you see, the way that the present perfect is used, it's pretty much the same as English, like exactly the same. Okay, so if you ever want to say, hey, have you done this? Have you eaten that? This is the tense that you're going to use. Now, just so that you know, you're going to do a little mini lesson or a mini exercise later on in this module, or excuse me, in this lesson, this unit, where you're going to use the present perfect the way they use it in Spain. Now, in Spain, they use the present perfect the same way, to have done something. But this is the interesting thing, and I found this when I lived in Spain as a student many years ago, is that they use the present perfect also for the very near past, like today, maybe yesterday. So instead of preterite, and I'll show you this on a separate screen, they will use the present perfect in Spain, not in Latin America. Latin America uses the preterite. If it was before right now and someone did something, it's preterite. But in Spain, if you did something today, maybe yesterday, you're going to use the present perfect rather than the preterite, okay? For example, Latin America, oops, you're going to say, esta mañana yo fui al mercado. this morning I went to the market, right? In Spain, you're not going to say that. And when I first lived there, it kind of threw me a little bit because I'm like, what are they saying? Esta mañana he ido al mercado. Okay, it literally translates as this morning I have gone to the market. But in Spain, they use the present perfect not only the way we do to have done something, but they use it for a very near past, like today, maybe yesterday, but a very, very close past. So instead of saying fui, they'll say he ido. Okay, let me do another example. Esta tarde he trabajado 2 horas. Okay, this afternoon I worked 2 hours. Oops, that would be Spain. Let me take that out. In Latin America, we would say, esta tarde trabajé 2 horas. That's what we would say in Latin America. This afternoon, I worked 2 hours. In Spain, we would use the present perfect because it's a very near past. Esta tarde he trabajado 2 horas. Okay. So understand that if you were to travel to Spain and if you were to talk about something in the past that's today, pretty much, maybe yesterday, you're going to use the present perfect rather than the preterite. In Latin America, they use the present perfect the same way we do, okay, to indicate what somebody has done. All right, let's get started with your practice on the present perfect.